I had to go get coffee. We've been live for 30 seconds.
Hey, mine says
that,
5 minutes, so.
that, that was quick fucking 30 seconds. Holy shit. I mean, we are talking about a time traveler tonight, but.
Oh, yeah, spooky.
I had to get some fucking coffee before the show. Ugh. I took a nap this afternoon. I read a story that people who take excessive naps more prone to Alzheimer's.
Oh, no.
That made me feel good.
I take a lot of naps.
Right? Anyhow, let's get this show on the road.
You're about to witness the strength of creep knowledge.
Good evening. Welcome to the Fortean Slip. This is episode, what is it, 200 and, I don't know, 7? Yeah, it's at the bottom of the thing. 207. Time Traveler Predictions. We got another John Teeter in our midst. Good old time travelers. Gotta love them. Jack, evening. Evening to you. And welcome to the rest of you listening. There's a few of you here tonight. Thought I'd take a look at something tonight after the news. Maybe you'll be in with me on this one. Maybe you won't. We'll see. We'll see. Anything going on in your neck of the woods this week, Katie?
No, it's just really nice here. Spring has sprung. 70 degrees. There's a boat going by right now. It's lovely.
Yeah, the temperature has gone up, and I've been wanting to get the scooter out because the price of fucking gas.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, now I'm not one of those people who like rushes to like throw blame around. I'm sure there's enough blame to be laid on everyone when it comes to the whole gas price crisis. I'm sure it's not all Joe.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of blame to go around.
Right. I'd love to fucking be like, hey, it's Sleepy Joe. He's asleep at the wheel. I don't know what to tell you, but I can't say that. But yeah, I've been wanting to haul the scooter out because it would save me so much money. Gas, Ubers, like the cost of Ubers just went up. So, I mean, I was already spending upwards of, close to $100 a week.
Yeah, it's brutal right
every
now.
2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. I was so about $50 a week. And now that's gonna go up. So I'd like to get the scooter out and probably start fucking bundling up and just driving to work. It's probably what's gonna fucking happen. So, and then if it rains, of course I won't. But, So, and the war in Ukraine rages on. And the media disinformation rages on. My favorite thing this past week, by the way, people, if you have not checked out Russell Brand lately, go check out Russell Brand. His commentary, his take on, not even his take on things, just his discussions. They're great. And if you don't know who Russell Brand is a comedian from the UK. And he's a former drug addict. And he's been pretty open and honest about I think he's got like ADHD and shit like that. And he's really fucking taking it to his advantage. Getting on YouTube and having a podcast and doing this shit. And I love watching his shit. But he's very liberal, and obviously liberal. In his past and up till now, if I was to look at the dude, I would say he's a liberal guy. And this past week, Russell Brand, for questioning things about the war and vaccines, was labeled a right-wing conspiracy theorist.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't see that.
Oh, yes. You should look into that.
I've watched his stuff
It's a
before.
hoot.
I haven't here recently, but I have watched quite a few of his videos, and I've enjoyed him. I'm surprised by him based on my previous knowledge of who he was when I found him on YouTube. I was like, huh, interesting. I
He's
had no idea.
He's very open-minded.
He's very astute.
Yep, very astute, very open-minded, very willing to talk to people that he doesn't agree with.
Yeah. And he's kind still, even through the tough stuff. He's just like a kind soul.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
I love the way he introduces his videos. I think it's fucking sweet as hell. It makes me want to hug him. I mean, he's just like, you beautiful souls. It's just, they're lovely. And to label this guy who just wants to talk about shit, who just wants to just discuss, okay, if this is the case, then why this? He's not saying, he's against it or, this, that. He's just, can't we have a discussion about it? Like everybody else.
Right.
I just, this whole pushback against open and honest discussion has me very scared.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, I mean, I've said this before, I will say it again. I got mowed over. The Fortean Slip page got mowed over in this whole misinformation bullshit that just happened.
Yeah.
And because Fortean, supernatural, paranormal, whatever you want to call them, topics are, in that vein, I got swept up with all the other shit. And I'm just presenting shit. That's it. That's all I was ever doing. You fucking think for yourself. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you, hey, believe what I believe. That's folly. Everybody has their own shit, their own set of beliefs, their own way of looking at things. I present it, you look at it, you make your fucking decision. I don't. And the news media, and I guess the government now, would like you to fucking believe that, you're not capable of fucking doing that.
Yeah, they won't allow us to use our discernment.
Yeah, it's gone right the fuck away, I guess. So, I mean, for me personally, I take it as a personal attack. Because this is something that I enjoy doing, and I have enjoyed doing. And the reason that I stopped enjoying it was because they cut my fucking balls off. So, anyway, hope y'all enjoy the show tonight. let me tickle your fancy with some fucking news. Oh God, let's get into it, Katie.
Yes, enlighten me. I have seen no news.
We got some. From iflscience.com. That's ifuckinglovescience.com. Successful genome mapping begs the question, can we Jurassic Park a dodo? De-extinction involves bringing extinct species back to life, a topic so spicy it got an entire movie franchise as a wealthy entrepreneur sought to create a dinosaur island in the much-loved Jurassic Park. By the way, I picked up The Lost World today on my Kindle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, $2.99. The idea of de-extinction has been toyed with throughout history, with species such as the woolly mammoth and thylacine both being floated for the treatment. Now it seems the dodo would be a contender, as scientists have successfully sequenced the bird's entire genome. Not quite a dinosaur, but an ave, I'm going to assume that's how you pronounce that, would be a step in the right direction. The achievement comes from a team at the University of California, where Professor of Ecology and Evolutionary Biology Beth Shapiro and colleagues have been working to try and map the dodo's genome for some time. Previous attempts using a specimen from Oxford, UK were unsuccessful, but a fantastic specimen from Denmark gifted them some sufficiently well-preserved DNA. The dodo in question belongs to the Natural History Museum of Copenhagen and gave rise to a high-quality, high-coverage dodo genome, which will soon be published, Shapiro said, the NZ Herald reports. Potentially exciting news for fans of birds, which really put the orb in Borb. Then, as when it comes to plump, plumed things, the dodo was a doozy. Just short of 1 meter, 3 feet, dodos were big-bootied birds with a comically curved beak and slightly elongated neck. The name dodo comes from the Portuguese for fool, which was a reference to their unfortunate fearlessness in the face of human hunters. But enough background, it's time for the ultimate question. Can we bring back the dodo? Unfortunately, even armed with a full genome, it would be very difficult to bring back the dodo, owing to the fact that it was a bird. If I have a cell and it's living in a dish in the lab, and I edit it so that it has a bit of dodo DNA, how do I then transform that cell into a whole living, breathing, actual animal, Shapiro said. The way we can do this is to clone it, the same approach that was used to create Dolly the sheep, but we don't know how to do that with birds because of the intricacies of their reproductive pathways. According to Shapiro, the wild ride that is avian reproduction represents a really fundamental technological hurdle in de-extinction, but one that many scientists are working to leap over. It's her opinion that the achievement is in reach, but we've a way to go before booking tickets to middle to late Jurassic Park. I didn't realize that birds would be harder, but it makes sense
either.
because their eggs they grow outside of the womb.
Right.
Like they sit on them. So I don't know if that has what that has to do with it, but that is fucking interesting.
Yeah, that is. I didn't think about that. I was thinking it should be easier, but I guess not.
No. Negative. All right. Let's see. What else do we have tonight? What else did I grab? From the mirror.co.uk, UFO expert says wolf-like being looked into his home after nearby sighting. The fighter of a fighter pilot who witnessed a UFO say that have seen. Yeah, I don't think that was written right. Say that they have seen a wolf-like. I'm going to say wolf-like. Jesus, mirror. Creature that walks on its hind legs, stalking their home. The unnamed pilot was on board the USS Nimitz when they sighted the infamous Tic Tac encounter, named after the shape of the unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UAP. 2 pilots were on a routine training mission over the Pacific when they spotted an object shaped like a 40-foot Tic Tac suite after it was spotted on radar about 100 miles out to sea. Now, one of the pilots has reported that after they returned home, they spotted the strange creature staring into the windows of their house on at least 2 occasions. News of the sighting was shared by military.com, which draws on extensive interviews with former officials involved with the Pentagon's probe into UFO sightings. They said the 3 active duty service members allegedly witnessed a black void on the land that filled them with fear. Intelligence officers Lukatsky and Kelleher claim the men experienced paranormal activity after leaving the ranch and returning to homes in the Washington, D.C. area, such as orbs, dark figures in bedrooms at night, and strange noises. The wife and 2 teen children of the sailor who investigated the Nimitz incident claimed to have seen a wolf-like creature that walked on 2 hind legs, staring into their Virginia home on 2 occasions. The U.S. Navy has admitted it has top-secret video and slides from the infamous UFO incident, but it won't release them as they could cause grave damage to national security. Researcher Christian Lambright submitted a Freedom of Information Act request to the U.S. Navy's Office of Naval Intelligence for records relating to the USS Nimitz so-called Tic Tac encounter in 2004. Video of the encounter was revealed to the public in 2017, and the Navy finally admitted the videos were real last November. But another video exists along with the other top-secret records and slides. Mr. Lambright asked the Navy for all records and reports relating to the investigation and detection of the anomalous aerial vehicles by personnel involved with the Nimitz carrier strike group operations off the western coast of the U.S. between 10 to 16 November 2004. In his request, he stated, information supportive of my request comes from a former pilot and now writer who has publicly stated he was allowed to see an exhaustive classified Office of Naval Intelligence report on these events prior to an article he published in 2015. Other supportive information comes from a contractor/analyst who has stated that an investigation has been conducted by a GS-15 with the Office of Naval Intelligence. Lambright even offers to pay the U.S. Navy a maximum of $50 over and above the 2 hours research time and first 100 pages free provisions of the Freedom of Information Act for costs associated with his request. Less than 2 months later, on December 9th, 2019, the ONI's FOIA/PA coordinator, Camille Vestris, sent Lambright an astonishing reply admitting the Navy had further footage, but it was a classified secret. Bum, bum, bum. I don't know. They're always going to I think they're always going to hide shit.
Yeah, but the whole wolf thing in the window, I feel like that's, I don't know, that's weird.
Hokey?
Yeah.
Or weird?
Both.
Hokey or weird? Like, we got to pick one, Katie. If you, it's like that marry, fuck, kill, jerk off.
I don't play those games.
You got to fucking pick one, Katie.
It's definitely hokey. I don't know. I right away was like, well, that kind of like takes away some of the credibility of the people that claim to see the Tic Tac.
Yeah.
Now you're seeing werewolves. So we have alien werewolves and earthly werewolves. Is that what he's implying?
I don't know. And you know, or I mean, let's take it to the far extreme. What if somebody is trying to diminish his credibility?
Right. Well, and that's what I thought of too. Like, yeah, you probably got some asshole teenager in the neighborhood that likes to peek in your window and scare the shit out of you. It sounds pretty reasonable.
Right. Could be that. You never know.
So, and for him to take it so seriously, and he's a writer, I don't know. Sounds like he got bit by the paranormal bug.
Yeah, something. I don't know. People, and listen, if you think the pilots for the military aren't people,
right?
I hate to break it to you,
They're
flesh and blood, just like everybody else.
That's what I mean. You know how sometimes when you do see something, and then like you see it everywhere after that. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just an asshole too, though. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you catch yourself doing that shit.
Right. Sometimes I am a cynical asshole. I can't help it.
Yeah. Like I catch myself doing that a lot with this stuff where I instantly go to the, this is such horseshit.
Yeah.
Like right out the gate.
Yeah.
Right out the gate. I do that. And I try to put that in check as much as humanly possible. But there's a guy named Phil Poling who makes all my dreams go away.
Right.
Anywho, on to our next story of the night from sciencefocus.com. In Arthur C. Clarke's award-winning 1973 novel, Rendezvous with Rama, a mysterious 50-kilometer-long cylindrical spacecraft enters the solar system. A space mission is mounted to intercept it and study it before it flies back out and is swallowed up by the darkness of interstellar space. Now, remarkably, science fiction is morphing into science fact. Astrophysicist Professor Avi Loeb of Harvard University, we've talked about him a few times, believes Oumuamua, a mysterious interstellar object that flew through the solar system in 2017, may have been an alien Rama-like artifact. But being a scientist rather than a science fiction writer, he wants data. This is why I like this guy. He's like saying this shit, but he's not going, hey, this is fucking aliens. He's not even saying that.
Right.
He's not even saying this is aliens. He's saying we need to take a fucking look at this thing. Because I think of all the things that we've seen, this one looks like the most promising.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about this guy. He wants to look at it scientifically. He wants the fucking data. Now, is he pushing for the idea that this thing is strange and odd? Yeah. He definitely is leaning in that direction. But he wants the fucking data.
Yeah.
which I like.
He doesn't want to
So,
just come out and say it's 100% aliens.
right. But being a scientist rather than a science fiction writer, he wants data. With that in mind, I have set up Project Galileo, he says. Its aim is to scan the heavens for the next Oumuamua and send a space mission to fly by it and photograph it. More than 100 scientists led by Loeb are involved in Galileo. They are subtly shifting the emphasis of the search for extraterrestrial intelligence from looking for signs of alien biology or electromagnetic signals to hunting for objects as signs of alien technology. Loeb thinks this change is long overdue. For 70 years, we've been barking up the wrong tree, he says, alluding to the 70-odd years astronomers have been searching for intelligent radio signals from our galaxy. That search is predicated on the assumption that extraterrestrials communicate via radio waves, a technology we have used for just over a century and which advanced extraterrestrials may have long ago left behind, he adds. I think a better strategy is to look for artifacts, alien tech. Not everyone agrees about this shift in emphasis of SETI. However, I would agree that so-called artifact SETI seems to have got more traction lately, says Professor Jason Wright, an astronomer and astrophysicist at Pennsylvania State University. He points out, though, that very little searching is being done. The best place to look for artifacts, says Loeb, is in the solar system, our mailbox, where extraterrestrial packages have been able to accumulate for 4.55 billion years. I'm not going to go like this article is super fucking long. So I'm glad that this guy is looking more into this.
Yeah.
And wants to have, like I said, actual data. He wants more information on this. And he wants to look into other objects like this, which I really like.
Yeah.
I like that shit.
I think the objects floating in the space around us is an important thing to
Pay attention
look into. Yeah.
Well,
that's
I mean,
important.
we just had a fucking asteroid that they like completely missed or something.
Yeah,
It
and
wasn't
was
even that
close.
big.
It was a close call, though.
It wasn't even that big, though. It was like the size of a fridge.
Still, I don't know. That kind of stuff is scary to me. I
Yeah,
don't fuck with outer space, man.
It wasn't even that big. So on to our next story of the night. Oh my god, yeah. We'll go back to IFL Science for another one. Fanged skull of an ancient predatory whale found in Peru's Akukaje Desert. I fucked that all up. I'm sure I did. Whale, predator, and desert aren't exactly three words you expect to find in the same sentence, but it all starts to make more sense when you realize the deadly marine mammal in question is 36 million years old. The discovery of a Basilosaurus' skull in the Akukaje Desert in Peru, I should have looked that up first, is evidence of the region's history, having once been a shallow sea home to primitive sea mammals. The ancient animal is a Basilosaurus, and it was uncovered in 2021, roughly 350 kilometers south of Lima. It joins many primitive remains uncovered in the dunes there, but stands out as a remarkably well-preserved specimen. This is an extraordinary find because its great state of preservation, said Rodolfo Salas Gismondi, head of the Department of Vertebrate Paleontology at the Natural History Museum in Lima, to AFP. This animal was one of the largest predators of its time. The ocean giant has been nicknamed the Okukaje predator, a suitably fearsome name for a 17-meter, 55-foot-long hunter whose large jaws would have hosted some intimidating dentition. It's these teeth that have led paleontologists to place Basilosaurus at the top of the food chain, making it more than qualified to take down fish, sharks, and other archaic whales. The 36-million-year-old Basilosaurus leaves behind a complete skull, representing an exciting opportunity for scientists to learn more about these ancient and impressive predators. Its large and overlapping teeth can now be seen at the Museum of Natural History in Lima, where the specimen is on display. I'm going to stop there. It goes on a little further, but I will show you guys a picture of this, though. This looks pretty neat, so I will pop it on. For those of you that are watching the video portion of our program. The rest of you, well, you're fucked. Yeah, that's the head.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's what they theorize it looked like.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty cool looking.
That is cool to get a whole head like that.
Yeah. So, on to our next story of the evening. Oh, from comicbook.com. That's where I go for my news. Expedition Bigfoot. Jane Goodall offers shocking information in season premiere. Tales surrounding the mythical Bigfoot have caused many to dismiss the creature as nothing more than a work of fiction or urban legend, especially due to the challenges surrounding the quest for physical evidence of the beast. Despite those naysayers, famed primatologist Jane Goodall has her own anecdotal evidence about the potential possibility of these creatures existing. With an exclusive clip from the upcoming Season 3 premiere of Expedition Bigfoot, seeing Goodall reveal a shocking exchange about the possible existence of such creatures. Check out the exclusive clip from Expedition Bigfoot above before the series returns on the Travel Channel and Discovery Plus on March 20th. Per press release, a year after devastating wildfires forced the team to evacuate the Olympic Peninsula, just as they unearthed fascinating new evidence, acclaimed primatologist Dr. Maria Mayer and Bigfoot experts Bryce Johnson, Ronnie LeBlanc, and Russell Accord returned to Washington State in Season 3 of Expedition Bigfoot, premiering Sunday, March 20th on Travel Channel and streaming on Discovery Plus. The new season kicks off with a special new evidence pre-show at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, looking back at their journey and including a surprising conversation with renowned primatologist Dr. Jane Goodall and Dr. Mayer, and then launches into the season premiere at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. The season spans 16 one-hour episodes, including the pre- and post-season specials that recap all the evidence collected. Knowing her interest in cryptid animals, especially hominids, Dr. Maria Mayer, Expedition Bigfoot resident scientist, contacted her longtime friend and colleague, Dr. Goodall, to discuss her beliefs and personal investigations. During the unprecedented on-camera interview, Goodall revealed that she has been told many unexplained stories of human-like primates from native people living in the jungles of South America and does not discount them. Just about every country had Bigfoot sightings, said Goodall, and I met people that have said they have seen something like Bigfoot or Sasquatch. In fact, Dr. Goodall believes that these could be highly intelligent creatures, which would explain why no remains have been found to date, and embraces the team continuing the search. I approached this expedition with a healthy level of skepticism and an open mind, examining all our evidence through the lens of science, said Mayer. But science cannot explore closed doors, and like Jane, I believe it's not about proving or disproving. It's about maintaining the curiosity and wonder of exploration that is necessary to make new discoveries. Having a giant in primatology like Jane say she believes they could exist and express support for our research only re-emphasizes the importance of this and invigorates our investigation. And they stroke themselves off for another couple paragraphs. But I'm not an Expedition Bigfoot fan.
I don't think I've ever watched any of it.
By any stretch of the imagination. I am not a fan of Bigfoot TV. I think it's gone off the rails. The one time I sat down and watched, now I can't even think of Finding Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah. Finding Bigfoot. And they put up Bigfoot factoids. I was like, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, those were great.
I'm fucking out. So, I mean, why? Why do we need to make our base knowledge more than it is? Why? And good evening to Phil. I can't stand those stupid shows. Phil, I agree.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly.
I don't like them either, but I do really enjoy and respect Jane Goodall.
Well, yeah. I
So I
mean,
might tune in just for that little thingy.
and listen, I don't discount that she's had some interesting stories told to her by people that she
Right.
believes.
Well, and she has a very unique experience too.
Right. So, and she's talking about people in South America,
Right.
which I tend to be like, all right,
Yeah.
all right, maybe, we'll see. You know, gives me hope
Yeah.
for the search. But as with everything, I think that people muddle the waters. You know, people fuck shit up. It's just what they do. It's just how they work.
Yeah.
Anyway, our last story of the evening from ladbible.com. Time traveler from 2743 predicts Bigfoot sighting and England winning the World Cup in 2022. Place your bets, people, because this man who claims he is a time traveler from the year 2743 is to be believed. England will win the World Cup this year. There will also apparently be a Bigfoot sighting in 2022, and things really get going in later in the year. I'm going to say later in the year, with 5 people predicted to receive superpowers. Wow, cool, cool. Can I get on that fucking bandwagon? A huge sea creature bigger than Megalodon is set to be discovered, so that's great if the Jurassic Park films are anything to go by. Posting on TikTok, someone who claims to be a space adventurer from the year 2743 says that a new era is about to begin. Remember these dates: August 29th, 2022. 5 people received superpowers. May 2nd, 2022. Bigfoot sighting in the northwestern region of California, they said in a clip. The TikTok user claimed they are humanity's last hope because of the course they would be after another self-proclaimed space adventurer, the time traveler 2582, told his followers he was under arrest. Our journey has come to an end, the time traveler 2582 said. But this won't stop us time travelers from spreading the truth. Time traveler 2743 is our last hope. He will continue to reveal the truth until they catch him. Stay safe. Social media users were doubtful about the time traveler from 2743's predictions, with one saying, "You almost had me until the World Cup." Another volunteered to receive superpowers, quipping, "Please let me be Spider-Man or Aquaman." The time traveler's predictions are just the latest in a TikTok trend that is seeing people claiming they've come from the future. Self-proclaimed time traveler Ari Yormani shared a video at the start of the year to get us geared up for 2022, writing, "There is a lot you need to know." In the clip, the TikToker says, "I have been thought of as a fake time traveler for too long, so remember these 3 major dates in early 2022. They proceed to list 3 predictions for the coming year, including the discovery of a sea creature that's even larger than a blue whale. They added March 11th, the first human has a child with a chimpanzee. It can talk and has mixed features.
Wait, March 11th?
March 11th, yep.
That's already passed.
Yeah, I haven't heard
Oh.
anything about a human child, the chimpanzee thing.
No.
April 19th, a new COVID strain, Omega, emerges 5 times worse than all other versions.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's right. September 17th, the largest creature is discovered in the ocean, called the serene crane, over 4 times the size of the blue whale. So the human-chimpanzee hybrid hasn't happened, but 2 accounts have now mentioned the massive sea monster that sounds like it's named after Celine Dion. So we'll just have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see.
I'm sorry, Chris, but you lost me as soon as you said TikTok.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, this is where I go for my news. I don't know what to tell you. It's what I do. Yeah. So, I thought it would be a good time to since we've decided now, and I don't want to ruffle any feathers. So before we get into this, I will state as always that I believe that war is horrible, and that President Putin and his government attacking the Ukrainian people is horrible. It's awful. It's disgusting. However, I would like to understand why politicians or people go from denouncing the Nazis in the Ukraine a few years ago to avidly supporting them, and we can buy their merchandise on Amazon now. So in that vein, since we now are supportive of a group of Nazis, I thought it's only fair that we should look at some things that the Nazis were in favor of in a more positive light. And I'm not talking about the mass extinction of the Jews. I don't think that's good. But yes, there is a battalion, Phil, in the Ukraine that is supported, and you can look this up, and you can buy their accoutrement, if you will, on Amazon, which basically is like an SS symbol. So I'm pretty sure. So I thought that we should take a look at something tonight, and I thought we should take a look at. Yes, we do, Phil. As a matter of fact, and I will bring up again. Since we're all selectively upset about the Ukraine, Yemen, the Azov Battalion. Thank you, Jack. Yemen. There's a place called Yemen. If you'd like to be upset about something, be upset about the thing that we support that's happening that's horrible. Take a look at that one first. So anyway, the Nazis were in favor of this thing called eugenics. Now, eugenics is the study of how I'm taking this from the dictionary, people. The study of how to arrange reproduction within a human population to increase the occurrence of heritable characteristics regarded as desirable. Developed largely by Sir Francis Galton as a method of improving the human race, eugenics was increasingly discredited as unscientific and racially biased during the 20th century, especially after the adoption of its doctrines by the Nazis in order to justify the treatment of the Jews, disabled people, and other minority groups. Now, here's my issue with the whole thing. And it's not Yemen, you fuck. It's Yemen. The two E's. Here's my issue. We love to bash this whole idea of eugenics. And eugenics is nothing more than selective breeding. We do it with everything on the planet besides human beings. We selectively breed our tomatoes, our potatoes, our fucking wheat, our corn, our dogs, our cows. We selectively breed everything except for human beings. Now, am I saying that I'm in favor of this? I'm not saying that I'm in favor of it. What I'm saying is, I think that there is a discussion to be had. And I am reminded of the movie Bulworth, and I brought this up to Katie before the show. Warren Beatty, Halle Berry. Warren Beatty plays a politician who goes a little fucking cuckoo and fucking decides to have himself killed. And then goes on a rant where he starts just telling the truth about politics. And there's this one portion where he's talking about race and inequality and shit like that. And he's like, he says this long-winded bullshit thing I can't remember. And I should have probably looked it up before the show, but I didn't. But at the end of it, she's looking at him dumbfounded, and he says, everybody's got to fuck everybody till we're all the same color. And I'm reminded of that often when I see, racial tension, or this person or that person. This person wants to, has a problem with this group of people because um, like for instance, the Nazis. We have white supremacists here in the United States, and they have these feelings. So I don't think that it is necessarily such a great idea to just demonize the idea of this when we use it all the time, like all the fucking time, everywhere. And I think with everything, there comes a point where we have to decide, like, okay, so we're okay with upgrading humans with technology. We can fucking put chips in ourselves to be able to use our brains faster. And, we can talk about bionics and shit like that. But if you want to breed a better form of human, whoa. By God, how dare you? That's racist. But what if we were all the same color? What if we all looked the same? Now, I don't think that we can get to that point. I don't. I think it's fucking impossible. With the human race as they are, you're never going to get everybody to agree to it. It just isn't going to happen. It's a fucking pipe dream. So let's just fucking blow it out of the water. It's just us talking. That's it. I'm not saying that this should happen. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm not saying that we should push for it. I'm just saying that I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting that we talk about, trying to eliminate certain genetic disorders, but we can't talk about this.
Yeah.
It's fucking infuriating.
It's unfortunate because I really think that because of the way the Nazis applied the theory, they've just like completely muddied the whole topic, and now it's taboo,
Right. It's like Phil can't go around with a Hitler mustache because of Hitler. Because he wants to. He wants to shave that mustache down, people. And he wants to have the little Hitler mustache. Like, completely. Dude definitely wants to. But he can't. Because of Hitler. Ruined it. One dude ruined the whole thing. Brett Sones, that's racist. Yeah. Whatever you believe, man. That's racist. I've been called a racist recently. Quite a bit. I think it's fucking hilarious. Katie, you were at my wedding, right?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay. All right.
You're most definitely not racist.
All right. I just wanted to check.
Yeah. No,
Just wanted to check.
It's proven fact.
Yeah, see? Even Phil agrees. One dude, that's all it took. And he has to wear that fucking beard. He can't shave that down to that little mustache. Because Hitler fucking ruined it for a whole, like, it's probably going to be centuries.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a long
time before that goes away.
Yeah, and you know why he wore that mustache?
No, I don't.
He was a Charlie Chaplin fan.
Oh, yeah. All right. Is that for real?
Yes. He was a fan of Charlie Chaplin.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. And he fucking ruined it. He ruined that shit. Fuck. I Phil, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you can't shave that thing off your face and just go down to that little. I know it's what you're looking for. So, one fucking dude ruins it for everybody. But yeah, I thought that it's interesting that we can't even look at things.
Yeah.
But we were more than willing to grab the Nazi scientists to work on our fucking space program and rockets.
Right.
We're more than willing to fucking give them asylum and bring them over here. But and that doesn't take away from the horrible, horrible, horrible things that they did. I just think it's interesting. Excuse me, that we. I think it was Ro Khanna. Somebody posted, showed some tweets of his that, like, literally just a mere few years ago, was denouncing the Azov Battalion and saying that they were horrible and that we needed to do something about them. And he now is praising them. And I think it's hilarious. So I thought we should, thought we should look at something.
That's fair.
Maybe in a different light. In a different light. That's all it is, Katie. I just want a better pig. That's all I want. A better pig. I just want more meat on my cow. That's it. And it's okay. That's okay. But if I want to have a kid that's designed, I can't do that. I'm not allowed. I can fucking design my dog. I can clone my fucking dog. But I can't.
I think society has drawn some weird line of just this sanctity of human life, And I think
further. I think I've decided what I want to do. I want to clone myself and raise myself. I think I want to do that. I think that's my new goal.
That's how you make the best you can be.
Oh, I fucked that all up.
That's your only chance left, Chris.
I know, right? I ain't doing nothing else.
Well, I think I actually just recently looked this up, ironically, and it costs about $174,000 to clone your dog.
Yeah, it's fucking expensive.
You can do it. It's a doable thing. There's several companies that offer it, and the average price is about $175,000 to $200,000 for a dog. And it's even less for a cat.
Listen, understand something. If you do that, because they do it like over in like Korea or something, right?
There's some American ones that are offering it.
There are ones in America. Okay, so
they may be
for anyone
based, but
for anyone who does this, okay, who pays the $175, $175, Jesus Christ, $175,000. Understand that they throw away the rejects.
Oh, it's so sad.
Oh. They don't like, if it doesn't come out right, they don't like take it to the pound. Just take that to heart, because that's the way it is. Phil says it's all about the master race, Chris. Well, listen, and I'm not talking about any master race, but if everybody fucked everybody and we were all the same color and we all look the same, we would all be the same race. I mean, it's just the way it is. That's ridiculously horrid. Did it make you laugh? If it's ridiculously horrid, did it make you laugh? That's my only question for you. Because otherwise, it didn't make you laugh and you're horrified? Shh. Did we lose sound again?
No.
I
got you.
All right. I just wanted to check. The human race is the same race. Well, yes, Phil. However, we've cordoned ourselves on to other little races, sub races, I guess, if you want to call it that. But yes, you are correct. We are all the same race because we all can fuck and reproduce. So I agree with you. I'm on the same page, Phil. I just think we should get rid of these boundaries that we have. I'm for getting rid of the boundaries.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth some discussions. I don't think we're ready to apply it, but I
No.
think that legitimate scientific communities should be more open to discussing it. Like, we do need to kind of like shake off the ick of the taboo that's been created around it.
Yeah, and
And
like I said, it's okay. It's okay for me to fucking selectively breed or genetically alter a dandelion.
right. Well, in all of our
But
produce, every single piece of produce in your grocery store, all of
yep,
them have technically been selectively bred and genetically modified in some way, shape, or form.
yeah, because none of it is what it was years ago.
No, not
That's
at all.
completely proven. Like the corn that was here when we arrived is nothing like the corn that we harvest now.
No. And
It's
tomatoes,
yep,
like there's just so many things that are not, we have
and we're
created them to be what they are.
completely okay with it.
Yeah.
Completely, Phil, bananas. It is bananas, Phil. I agree. It's fucking bananas. Fucking bananas. It's gone over the rails, and I think that we sent Susan Marvel over the rails tonight. I think we
Maybe.
sent her into the great beyond. She's not coming back. Because I want if I want one review of this show, it's that it's ridiculously horrid.
You'll
Just
wear that
know that
badge.
I am going to stick with that.
Yeah.
This show is ridiculously horrid.
We'll take it.
uh, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Fortean Slip, episode 207, Time Traveler Predictions. If you enjoy this shit, if you're checking it out for the first time, whatever, you can go to anchor.fm/the Fortean Slip. Subscribe to the podcast. You can do that also on any podcast service. We're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher. We're on Spotify. We're everywhere. So just subscribe to the podcast. I do not have the video version of the show up on the podcast. It is audio only. Video is on YouTube and on Facebook. I did talk to Bronx Johnny the other day.
Oh, good.
Boy is down with some COVID right now.
Aw.
So our thoughts go out to Johnny. Hope he's feeling better. And he said when he feels better, he's up for coming on the show. So I am
Awesome.
stoked to have Johnny back on the show. And I did reach out to one Steve Culls, but I have not heard back from him.
Oh, yeah.
And as always, go to facebook.com/the Fortean Slip. Follow the page, enjoy the content, and join in with the banter. Check it all out. I am sending Fred the concept art, well, the idea of what I want for the art for the show. Katie, I need you to do a picture for me.
All right. I can do that.
And I'm gonna send Fred the breakdown of how I want the image to go. Suzanne, does that make it any better? Suzanne. She said her name is Suzanne, not Susan. I'm pretty sure I said Suzanne every time. But
I do not
and
recall.
she enjoys this shit because it's ridiculously horrid, and it is ridiculously horrid. Ta for now, Phil. So whoop, and so I will be I'll be conversing with Fred this week, getting new artwork for the show. It will feature Katie and I and
That's
a
cool.
cast
That's
of other
exciting.
characters. So, and I am going to get him to do new stuff for the like page as well. So we'll convert. I'll converse with him. I'll get with Katie, obviously, and get all the images to Fred, and we will go from there. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen. Phil, fuck off. No,
Fuck
see,
off,
Phil,
Phil.
stop, Phil.
See?
Jesus
The fuck,
Christ.
Phil. Get the fuck out of here.
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen. See ya.